Hello, squab. I am going to make a YouTube video. Sorry for my accent. But it's been a month since my last one. So things have been a little crazy. And so let me just give you a little update. Let's see if this needs that. Okay, so jumping straight in. I have been working. I think I told you that, and it's been like a real challenge to kind of start letting go of things. I'm pretty close to a breakdown, burnout situation, because I was really not wanting to let go of my hobbies while I was going to work. And I was trying to like work out every day. I was trying to see people, like do things every night of the week after work. And it was like, too much. Oh my God, I'm emotional right now, but that's okay. So what I ended up doing is now I've been like doing a Peloton ride twice a week, which isn't like the most ideal, but I am active at work, so that's good. And what else about that? Yeah, so it's exercise, and then I haven't been able to draw. Like there's been like, in my downtime, I really just want to like hang out with my boyfriend or watch YouTube and stuff. I've been watching Italian Bach a lot on YouTube, and then watching other like people who talk about mental health on YouTube, which I find very interesting, which leads me to my next topic. I started looking at going to grad school and applications, and I got super inspired about it. And maybe I said this in the last video, I'm not sure, but I made an application for one school, and I'm doing my stretches because I did my Peloton. I finished my application for one school, and then found 3 people to write recommendation letters. And so the applications open up in the fall, and I think I would like to do like early admission to this specific school. I'm not going to say the name right now just because I don't know, just because we'll see what happens. But I want to go into I want to start working towards becoming a therapist, which feels right just because of some work that I get to do, like mentoring other women. I've been really enjoying that, and it's been really helpful for me to just like feel like I'm giving back, because I've like benefited a lot from the help of other people. So I really am excited about that, and it feels like it's something that really I'm very interested in. And like research on my free time, so that's something I'm really excited about. I'm also considering I'm considering like becoming a therapist. I guess I won't go into the specific details of what kind of therapy and stuff I'm looking at, just because it's kind of like, I feel like not superstitious, but I just want to be conscious of the idea that things might change, which is, I just want to give a little space, like for letting myself like adjust as time goes on, rather than feeling like really locked into something because I posted it on the internet. But as I've been learning more about certain mental health things like neurodivergence, I've been kind of like aware of how some things that I have posted on the internet were wrong. Like thinking like at one point I said that like everybody has ADHD, which I just do not believe at all. But I had bad or like advice that I didn't that I don't agree with anymore from a psychiatrist. So those are just some thoughts. Anyway, and then what else was I thinking? Well, it's like I posted a few pictures on Instagram, selfies, which is actually really fun, and posting like things that I think are nice and fun, which it's like honestly feels like a little bit of a creative outlet, even though it's not like, it's just little things that have been making me happy or feel like pretty or cute or whatever. So that's been kind of nice. What else? Yeah, so just to manage my time better, because I had this like burnout type of episode. starting to feel more irritable, like just had no like steam really. I am starting to implement like not planning nothing on Sundays, which feels good because I did it last week and it was like just so nice to have something to look forward to. I also am like starting to like be a little more mindful with my time, like when I have calls with people, keeping them under a certain amount of time, and then if like things have to be changed or if people are late, then sort of just like having stronger boundaries with that, which was kind of just totally new for me. With work, I've been like feeling more confident as a gardener in certain ways, but then feeling less confident in other ways. This is my second year at the job, so it's just like a new, there are like, I have new responsibilities, and it's just a whole new, it's a whole new beast, you know, to have been there. I'm not the new girl anymore, so I feel like I'm taking on a little bit more at home with gardening, which is exciting, but keeping it slow and steady and like not going crazy with it. And what's interesting about having so many hobbies is like that I don't get to have like amazing, huge, like stuff to show for it. Like the garden bed that I have has like kale from last year. I just planted some basil in there, and then I have a bunch of seeds that I'm trying to get them to grow inside the house. And then I have a few asters that I'm growing as well outside, that I just put into pots. But it's like, it's not like I have like a big bustling beautiful garden, you know, yet. But I believe that being slow and steady wins the race, and so I'm really trying to do that. I'm struggling a bit with like people's, I think I'm kind of rushing right now because I don't want it to be too long of a video, but maybe it's okay. I think maybe it's okay if it's a long video. So I'm just gonna slow down for a second. I heard myself say slow and steady wins the race, and then I was like, wait. So I'm trying to be more mindful of like how I'm spending my energy in like practically, like not constantly like pushing all the time, because I'm finding in doing that I become less irritable, and so I'm a nicer person at home, which is extremely important to me. And I'm also like oh, that's a bad one. It's a good one. Yeah, so I'm like less irritable at home, and then I also can last for longer, like in my life activities, instead of like burning to the end of the wick and then like being completely out or incapacitated for a few days. Like slowly trying to do that, but it's definitely an adjustment, and I feel really sensitive about like if people have any comments about any sort of change that's happening with me. I feel really insecure about like taking more time for things, or not being as like not pushing as much. It feels really uncomfortable to not be like, it feels so embarrassed. I feel like embarrassed to say it, but like not striving to be the best all the time, because I find that like I do want to be like well-rounded, and I want to like enjoy a lot of different parts of life. And so in doing that, it just seems like I have to let go of this idea of winning or like being the best, and I'm hoping to be more of just a consistent person rather than like the winner. So that's what I have for today. What have I been watching? We watched Mission Impossible the other day, which actually was pretty good. And I decided that I actually do kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean also, because I used to think it was stupid and confusing, but I realized that was because I watched it with a bunch of people when I first watched it. And so everybody's talking during it. And then sometimes like during like battle scenes, I like zone out or like hyper focus on like somebody's outfit or something. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I forgot who's who and why is this even happening? So I realized it's actually kind of fun in some ways. I really love, well, Keira Knightley's so beautiful. And Jack Sparrow is actually pretty funny, which I didn't actually appreciate before, which is kind of fun. And then, yeah, Tom Cruise is like, I've learned to kind of be like, I had a hot take on Tom Cruise. Well, it's not a hot take, but I just like had like a lot of judgment about him. And now like watching Mission Impossible and my boyfriend showing me like about him doing his own stunts and stuff like that, it's like, you know what, I have an appreciation. He's a very intense guy, but it is kind of like insane to watch him do what he's doing. So that was kind of nice to watch Mission Impossible. We watched Mission Impossible 3 and it was like my second or third time watching it. So it's like, it makes more sense each time because sometimes I get a little bored during action scenes. So it's nice to like have already seen it so I can follow it better, if that makes sense. I feel funny saying that it's like I have trouble following it, but it's mostly because of lack of interest. Okay. What else? I think that's it. The cats have been good. One of my good friends had a baby and I cried because it felt like life was all like everything. It just felt like I couldn't believe that she was having a baby. And I know that people experience this, but it was just like, holy crap. It was a beautiful moment. And I've never really felt like an aunt before, but I feel like an aunt to this baby. Oh my God. What else? Food. Been eating food. I've been trying to eat more protein because I've been active at work and like being pretty sore most of the time. I think that's it. Oh, I've also been listening to music. Adele on repeat. Listening to 25, the album, on repeat. And then I've been kind of obsessed with Justin Bieber today. Still doing a Chapel Rowan bike ride like once every few weeks on Peloton, and then I did a Justin Bieber bike ride today on Peloton. And what else? Oh, I'm obsessed with Italian Batch on YouTube, which has been really fun to watch, and he's so funny. I think that's my whole show. Oh, and my sister's like doing all this design stuff. She's like branding her. She's making her brand for her design company, and it's called Dezinovi, Dezinovi, and it is so good. So highly recommend following her on Instagram to the 12 of you who might watch this. Okay, actually 11 because I also watch it. All right, peace out. That's my update. Thank you for your patience.